Hello everybody, today we're talking about minerals. This will be part one of the minerals videos, and we'll be talking about the first type of mineral, major minerals. So major minerals are minerals that are needed in large amounts in your body. They have very important jobs, and you need quite a bit of them for them to be able to do the jobs they have in your body. So the first one is probably one of the most well-known minerals, and that is calcium. And you probably already know that calcium helps build strong bones and teeth. Pretty commonly, widely known. But it has other jobs as well. It helps with blood clotting, it helps with your heart, your nerves, your muscles. It keeps all of those systems working properly. And you do want to make sure that you're getting plenty of calcium, especially at your age right now. During the first 2 decades of your life, your skeleton is growing stronger and denser. You're accumulating a lot of calcium to help strengthen the bones. About your late 20s, early 30s, your bones are going to stop growing, and so it's important to make sure that you're getting plenty of calcium up until that time, because you're going to be storing more of the calcium. Although many teens and young adults don't get enough calcium, so that's something you really want to watch for. Cells that build bones become less active, and those that dismantle bones continue working after that 20s and 30s, so you're going to start storing less of that calcium. And then calcium absorption declines again after the age of 65. People who are most affected could develop osteoporosis. Women tend to be the most likely to be affected by osteoporosis over men because they have less bone mass than men. And they also have hormone changes that take place in older women that put them even at greater risk, especially after menopause. If you want to help combat that, though, physical activity throughout your lifespan can help reduce the risk of osteoporosis, especially with the exercises that are weight-bearing, because that helps increase bone mass. So even walking is going to help increase bone mass and lower your risk for osteoporosis. Now, maybe not to the point of osteoporosis, of those severely weak bones that break very easily. You could still have weak bones that would cause you to possibly have more injury or more broken bones. Now, to give you an idea of what osteoporosis looks like, the picture on the left is a healthy bone, and you can see it's porous. There's a lot of holes in the bone. On the right is the bone that would be suffering from osteoporosis. The pores are a lot bigger, and so you can see that would cause for a weakening of that bone, and could cause more injury, that they could break easier. Too much calcium is really hard to get too much. Your body's going to store that, and help with the storing of the calcium will help strengthen your bones. Now, for food sources, you probably can already point to milk. Dairy products, milks, cheeses, yogurts, ice cream are very good sources of calcium. Also sardines, and when you're looking at sardines, you're getting calcium from the bones in the sardines when you're eating those whole. And green leafy vegetables, broccoli is a really good source of calcium, spinach, things like that. Food sources of calcium tend to be more beneficial than taking supplements, so you want to try to make sure you're getting enough calcium in your diet. The second major mineral is phosphorus, and we look at the benefits of phosphorus is that it helps work with calcium to create strong bones. Actually, 85% of your body's phosphorus is found in the bones and teeth, so it goes hand in hand with calcium to make sure that you are getting enough and strengthening your bones. It also releases energy from carbohydrates, fat, and protein, so it takes those foods that you eat, it breaks them down so that you can use them for energy. If you get too little, it will also cause a weakening of the bones. Too much will actually attack the calcium stores in your bones. Your calcium to phosphorus ratio should be no lower than 1 to 2. So if you're getting too much, your body will attack those stores and take some of calcium in your bones and take that away to help even out that ratio. And that happens a lot in people who don't drink a lot of milk. They might drink more pop, and that lowers that ratio, and that could cause them to get too much phosphorus and not enough of the calcium. And so your body wants to even that out. Typically, for sources, if you're eating foods that are high in protein and calcium, you should be getting enough phosphorus. Things like meats and eggs are definitely good sources of protein. Nuts are good sources of protein, and then your dairy products would be a good source of calcium. And so if you're eating those kinds of foods, you shouldn't have a problem getting enough of your phosphorus. And then the last major mineral is magnesium. Looking at the benefit, it helps keep a healthy nervous system. It helps keep your muscles healthy. It regulates your blood sugar in your blood. It keeps your heart beating normally, keeping that normal rhythm, and it helps regulate blood pressure. So a lot of very important jobs. Half of the body's stored magnesium is actually in the skeleton also, so you're looking at all your major minerals are really going to have an effect on your skeletons and in your bones health. If you get too little, it can cause muscle tremors, that your muscles have those tremors that seem involuntary. Too much magnesium can disturb your nervous system function, so your nervous system won't function as it should and can cause some issues. Typically, for your sources, people who eat a nutritious diet are going to get enough of the magnesium that they need for the day. You can find magnesium in things like organ meats, so liver. A lot of people will eat some of the other organ meats as well. Maybe not a lot of people. People will eat them, and so there's a lot of magnesium in those types of foods as well. Whole grain cereals, again, it would be something that as long as you're getting the whole grains, you would have quite a bit of those of magnesium in things like the whole grain breads, whole grain cereals, whole grain pastas that haven't been refined down as much to get rid of, that would get rid of the cereals. Nuts, green leafy vegetables, egg yolks are all good sources of magnesium. And so those are the major minerals, and we'll keep talking about, the next video is the second type of minerals, the electrolytes. Have a nice day, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.